Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch how I flip, watch how I whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, I get the money but I never switch. They saying you switch and you won't get it. You know they came from the bottom and now we is lit. You was lit, I gotta get it, I gotta get it. You hating cause ice on the wrist. Why bet you wanna be famous, They act like they made us, You know I'm icy in Vegas, This for the that hate us, I make a lot of new money, When the not savers, You be liking my flavor, I think it's cause ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, all on the wrist, watch out for this. I never switch, you never switch. I never switch, I never switch. Ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist,
All right, much appreciated, Coach, as we welcome all of you to our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the moment. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
Ready? 60 Pittsburgh.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you number 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
From the 25 on second down, McSorley, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field.
Yep. Hey, Haywood.
56 is Mike. 56 is
On third down, it's McSorley escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And a return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
First carry now for the Memphis man, Darrell Henderson. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
At the Falcons' 48-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now.
Step. 2nd down, it's Henderson. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over, thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. Past the 20. 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
A try here for the extra point. It's good, and that gives the Falcons a 7-0 lead.
Next to score, Falcons 7, Oilers nothing.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First down and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Henderson now on 1st and 10. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
And we got Mike, number 53.
Shotgun now for Bortles. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Mike 5-5, Mike 55, Mike 5-5.
X3, 218, chopper.
Check, check, check.
Hey, Alpha.
Check right.
Hit it.
Throwing his Bortles on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. And he'll go ahead and field this at the 5. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll go out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it's a 2nd down.
Out of bounds at the 15-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Down. 60 or
56. Here we go, D. By 56. By 56.
Here's McSorley to throw. He finds his man Johnson. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line.
Ready?
56. Mike, 56. Right there. Right there. 56.
Hey, go.
Go.
General West. Get.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And an alley to run. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 14 yards there and a Falcon 1st down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run it with Johnson. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Oh, he tried to pitch it and the ball's loose.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Got it.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Out of the shotgun, McSorley. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Some boos coming down right now from this home crowd after that call.
Yeah, and that was because of the pass interference call, but for a second there, I thought maybe they'd gotten a look at my appearance as Othello in the high school play.
You were Othello?
Not a good one, let me tell you.
McSorley, 1st and 10. 20! Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. It's a gain of 34. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And this carry, despite the good move, will be stopped short of the 10. Tackled that time by Sidney Jones. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Ready. 80 weapon.
56. Run. Switch. Alert flare.
Ready.
On 2nd down, it's Johnson, and he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. David Johnson, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons push further out in front.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Here we go.
At their own 22-yard line.
It's
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. 9.
Ready, set.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Fire.
They'll run with Henderson. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
From the 39, Bortles. That's taken in by Henderson. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down.
Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again.
Hey, high 7.
Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike. Rip right, rip right. Mike 55, Mike 55. On the ball. Mike 55, Mike 55.
From the gun, it's Bortles. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Tack McKinley in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 now on the season.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. 12 yards on the return that time, and the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10.
Ready up.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
They run. Devontae Freeman. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Throwing on 2nd and long. McSorley. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Fletcher Cox make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
McSorley sets to pass. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
5.
To throw is Bortles. And he is going to be hit and taken down. Bortles sacked. Rashawn Gary in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. The throw over the middle, taken in. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on third down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And the broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain. That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moved.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tack McKinley in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him. To try again after the sack. Bortles, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Get off the field. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
Check hot route.
Yo, cheetah. Shoot.
Working from the gun, it's Bortles. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Incomplete. Both players were there offensively and defensively, but it falls incomplete.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
Now on fourth down, Doug Peterson turns it over to the field goal unit. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just
Couldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You've got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way. I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
And that'll be incomplete as it's knocked away. But a penalty flag is down. So who's this going to be on?
Come on, set. 10 Lobo.
Mike, you ain't going nowhere.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They pitch it out to Johnson. Finding room inside the 40 and all the way down to the 33-yard line. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's McSorley on 1st and 10. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position, you have to be. You just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball. It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Topper!
2nd and 10. It's McSorley. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Here's McSorley now, 3rd and long. Going right side here, and that's complete. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
He's out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me.
Ready?
A final shot before half for Bortles. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Now Bortles. Man open, it's J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Let's get it.
And they'll send out their punter now as he's on to punt for Houston. And this will do the job nicely, as that'll be out of bounds just inside the 10-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. A nice pickup there, 18 yards, first down Falcons.
Ready, 50, play.
Looking to throw on 1st and 10. Here's McSorley. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Throwing is McSorley. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Now McSorley. This one to the right, caught by Valdez-Scantling. And he'll go down for a loss inside his own 5 at the 4.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. That's pulled in at the 32. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
Let's go.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship.
Hey, wahoo! Go.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Bortles into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Andy Isabella was the intended target, and now it's 3rd down.
You draw horses.
McSorley from the shotgun. And he will find his man on the outside. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 21 yards there on 3rd down. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox.
As much football as we watch, we've seen this work many times in the red zone. First down, take a shot at the end zone, and points result. In this case, though, give credit to the defense. They outguessed them, were prepared, and intercepted the pass.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. The throw down the field, caught by his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Bortles. And he'll find Henderson there. It's complete. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now here on EA Sports as we're about ready to rock and roll for the fourth and final quarter. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The offense on third down, they've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and forever. Here's Bortles to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And they bring their punter out there now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. This will be taken at the 10. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
17 yards and a first down for Atlanta. The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox in there for sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Back to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20, and the offense has been the issue. You're right. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Give him 25 yards on the play there. The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons push further out in front. They had the lead in the 4th, but still passing. Finding the big target for the touchdown. Now that lead grows even more.
Everybody gets to join in the fun. You know, it doesn't have to just be the wide receivers catching touchdown passes. The tight end doesn't just have to do just the dirty work inside. He gets a chance to get into the end zone as well.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo.
On 2nd and 9, Bortles. Now he's hit, and Bortles fumbled. It's loose. They'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
He's tired of me. He's tired of us. Hey, check right. Get it.
On 3rd and long, it's Bortles. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. And on now is the punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. He'll look to set up his blockers. So a change of possession here on the punt. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Very good starting field position for the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Here's McSorley to throw. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
Now back to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll make this a 2nd down. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I know the initial focus was on how far that pass was downfield, but how about the coverage on the play? Able to stay with him, get his hands where the receiver's hands were going to try and catch the ball, tips it up in the air, and knocks it away.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. 3rd down, they're going to throw for it with McSorley. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
Check, 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 check. Check, check, check.
But
53's the mic. 53. Check 53. Let's go.
On 4th down, here's McSorley. And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to have a 1st down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this, and he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Malik Jackson, the 6'5" D tackle with a sack.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. 2nd and 13. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal. McSorley sets to pass, and he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front.
See, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Grady Jarrett making his presence felt. He gets the sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Bortles. Open man is Arcega-Whiteside. A good pickup there. 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. Play action. Now it's Bortles. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Rashawn Gary able to record his 5th sack of the season. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Ready, go. Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike. Come on, baby. Come on, let's go.
Hey, Charlie.
55. All right, T, let's go. All right, T. Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, eat. I'm coming. Check.
Look at me. Go.
Bortles going to go on 4th down. And Wilson has it. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Albert Wilson, 83 yards. And his guys are able to close that gap just a bit. So it was 4th down. They go deep to try to pick up the first. They pick up more than that. They pick up a score.
I'm not even sure the analytics guys would think that was a good gamble. 4th down there going for it. But they pressed the issue. And not only did they complete the pass downfield, how about the run after catch that ends up culminating in a touchdown? That's a huge play.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men.
Here we go.
A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for Atlanta, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-4. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the home team here, the playoffs look to be out of reach now as they drop to 4-8. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Washington. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.